We're getting ready to get underway for round number 4 around Knockhill. It will be Fuck Me on pole from Jesse Pinkman on the front row. Yeah. Oh, we got Cassiarma off at the back of the field.
Without a wheel. And who's that over there? That's Mike Conway.
It is Mike Conway. Cassiarma's trying to make a move on the inside. And Mike Conway tries to set a new Guinness World Record for the amount of barrel rolls in a race. I think it's the top 34. I think it's the entire field. Oh, nose to tail.
Oh, and Bongo. Fook Me is in as well. Jesse Pinkman, Louis Spence, Bongo Cat.
Flavio's down 12. Enrique Lars up 7. Catherine Payne down 8. So stocks definitely have shaken things up. Oh, it's chaos at the final corner. So they're all going left, right, and centre to try and avoid UKJ. And I think that's, fuck you. Let's try and see if we can see what's happened then. Yeah, it had already happened by the time Takagi got there.
He just did it on his own.
Just lights up the rear tyres. Heinz Harold Hill goes one way. Oh, there's all kinds of chaos. That's our race leader. Fuck me. So Spence, that's Mike Conway. I wonder if...
He ran out of fuel. Samuel Jackson is off to the side as well. Fook me.
Oh, and it's Louis Spence that got caught up in it as well. Fook me's desperately trying to get going.
Like Hamilton right now. Monza.
Race has been ignited. Right, it's Bongo Cat.
Oh, it looks like a big crash.
It is. That looks like Liam that's going to go into the back of him, maybe. Bongo Cat. Oh, they're seeing Samuel Jackson and they're being intimidated. And the timing screen is all over the place. Liam Bridesmaid and Heinz Harold Hill. And David Attenborough. That's Flavio. It's our championship leader.
Oh, no.
He's trying to get him going.
They're in the middle of the track. What are they doing? Heinz Harold, you can't.
Oh no! No.
This is gonna cause chaos.
Jesse Pinkman's off. Jesse's off.
Oh no! Anyone can win this race.
Pepe leads. And Solo's through with Keegan Spark. Oh, I can't. Goodness. What is going on?
It's just all chaos. Did they forget to switch tires? Are they out of tires?
It's that final corner because it's just not been able to clear Jesse Pinkman, who was in the lead. Jesse Pinkman's gone off all on his own though.
I think this is all from one incident. Go back. Oh yeah, he went off all on his own.
Oh,
there's more cars off. That's Taki.
Sheldon Creed. Sheldon Creed that was trying to get out of the way, I think. And it's Taki annoying. Oh, it's Pepe and Foot Q's been caught up at the final corner. Our race leader is now been caught up. It's going to be Han Solo that comes on to the final lap ahead then. Pepe and Foot Q, that's Lando Calrissian that's off as well. It's Han Solo. He finds a way always through these races as his teammate Lando Calrissian getting out of the way. But it's going to be Han Solo across the line and Knockhill to be our unlikely winner. The podium is Keegan Spark and Jeff Goldblum. Hello everybody and welcome back to the Foxworth Autosport Fantasy League. It's time to be back under the lights around Charlotte for round number 5 around the Oval. You'll be glad to hear, or maybe not glad, I don't know. We don't know the feedback at the time of recording of this, but I can make a prediction. You'll probably be glad to know that the full course yellows are gone today. So we have our oval racing from last season, and our oval racing American expert, Foxworth himself, is with us. How are you today, my friend?
Am I an expert at oval racing or an expert at American?
I would hope both, but I thought one is the other by proxy.
Maybe.
Good. So yeah, I mean, it was a failed experiment, wasn't it? Let's be honest. I don't think people would have enjoyed it too much when it goes out. It was good for crashes, but not great for the flow of the race. And
yeah,
this should bring us back to the oval format we saw last year, shouldn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't. It brought everyone together, and it created lots of kind of flashpoints. But the problem was that it was the same flashpoint every lap, so it's pretty much you might as well just make a GIF out of it and then just repeat it like 7 times. So yeah, it's good to be back to the old format, but there might be certain ovals where a full course yellow might work. Something like this, something a little bit like thinner. But of course, we had the biggest crash of the season last year at this race. So I don't know.
It was half the field. 8 was involved, don't you know? Except he wasn't.
Oh, was he not?
Do you not remember? That was no, at the beginning of the race. At the beginning of this season's highlight reels was it's a massive crash. 8 is involved. Yeah, he wasn't.
Yeah, I didn't know he wasn't involved. I completely forgot that.
You still don't know he was involved. You still think he got caught up.
No.
Well,
in my defense, he was involved in the first race crash. So, in my defense,
yeah, no.
the one that never came out because we had recording issues.
I don't know what you're talking about. Well, we're here at the Oval. Can anybody stop Flavio Briatore? That is the question.
Where is he right now? He's all the way down in 27th.
So Flavio currently has a 17-point lead. No, a 21-point lead. I can do maths at this time of the evening. 21-point lead over Han Solo, who is about 28 points ahead of Tyler Ankrum in third, and then it is Flavio's team El Clasico Racing that currently leads Falcon Racing, Dan's other team.
Oh, that's a crash. Is that Toru Takagi or?
Oh, that's Han Solo. Just as we were talking about him.
Oh, that's Han Solo. Yeah, that's a different crash. Wait, who's just crashed? There's been a couple crashes here.
I don't know. I think he was listening to the team radio there, though. Han Solo. That's Richard Attenborough and Katayama.
And there's another one in the back. That is an intense crash.
That was a big one. And,
there's someone else in the background, I think.
Katayama will be hoping to be there doing donuts by the end of the race. That's not how he would have wanted to start the weekend, though. He's a bit early there, Katayama.
Catching a little grass?
He's catching more than a little grass, but definitely living up to that nickname. There's cars all over the pit lane.
What? Is that Susie One?
Don't know. I'm trying to have a look. It's quite difficult to ascertain what's going on at the moment.
I think Taki Inoue did the old pennantry trick.
I forgot we're round an oval. It's Catherine Payne, and it's Attenborough.
Is that Richard Attenborough just comes down,
takes out.
Oh my goodness!
Catherine Payne. I'm still in intro mode. I'm not used to jumping around this much. And we got Jeff Goldblum caught up already. Matt Neal's not got a front wing. It's all going on in qualifying here.
He was about to go back to Matt Neal. He was about to hit Jeff Goldblum, I think.
Yep.
Just drives right into
Jeff Goldblum's parked it. he
God.
wants to get an early run on the dinner plate, and Matt Neal has gone ahead over heels, as he did at an oval last year, I seem to remember.
Starting from pole, we got Toru Takagi. He already won a race this season. We'll see if we can follow it up. Then we got Mike Conway, Tyler Ankrum, two high starting cars for Tom Bryan's team. Then we got UJ Ide, Susie Wolf, Renger van de Zande, Fukmi, Bongo Cat, Han Solo, looking very strong in the championship right now, and he's got another top 10. We got Jeff Goldblum, Samuel L. Jackson, the Crash Masters from last season, starting near each other. Then we got Alan Carr, Karen Horner, Richard Attenborough, and David Attenborough side by side. Well, I guess, sort of. Then we got Kyle Busch, Keegan Spark. This is another teammate pairing that's like side by side. We got Catherine Payne, Liam Bridesmaid, Louis Spence, Cecil, Fuke Yu, 8, Johnny Schumacher, Jesse Pinkman, Michael Scott, Matt Neal, Heinz Harold Hill, an early contender for the championship. He's all the way down in 16th, though, for now. We'll see if he can correct that today. Then we got Lando Calrissian, Flavio Briatore, the championship leader. He's got a lot of work to do today. Then we got Enrique Lara, Taki Inoue, Ukio Katayama, Fernando Alonso, Pepe, and Sheldon Creed.
Yeah, absolutely. It's I wonder if there was some setup sharing going on from some of the teammates, or it's a strategic ploy to get themselves along. Because you're right, yeah, Mike Conway and Tyler Ankrum. And you got Jeff
Ancillary
Goldblum.
teammates.
Well, ancillary, true. Jeff Goldblum, Samuel Jackson, two
Teammates.
Attenborough brothers.
Teammates, and that's a lot. That's all Liam's cars.
I know they're teammates. That's why I'm going for them.
Well, I'm just but yeah, that's all Liam's cars side by side pretty much. So maybe they all share the same setup there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you got to say they're in the danger zone though, in that front row or that front half of the pack. as you normally say around ovals, it's the front or the back where the you want to be to try and avoid the action. Although I've never understood the back, because surely you're going to be last to collect the massive accident that's definitely happened in front of you. But
you can usually hit the brakes and maybe pick your way through, but it just kind of depends. You obviously want to be near the front, but of course near the front everyone's racing really hard, so there's a possibility of the accident happening in the front. So I don't know, you just really got to take care of yourself and just realize that there's a lot of laps. It's not a short race. Well, it's shorter for us, but short race for compared to like NASCAR races.
Yeah, absolutely. We wouldn't have anybody left standing if we did a NASCAR style race at that kind of distance. Or if we had the full course yellows on as we saw last time, we'd have them every single lap. So Tora Takagi will lead them away then on the formation lap. And yeah, these are the kind of races. Now we're back to a normal oval with normal procedures that could completely shape the championship going forward. And as you pointed out, Flavio Briatore, current championship leader, all the way back there in P30. His teammate Fernando Alonso P34. So great chance for everybody else to steal a march on El Clasico here.
Exactly, and their number one goal is just to avoid the first incident. That's all they have to do, and then they'll make their way through the field. But we know the big one's coming.
Oh, the big one is 100% coming. But we will not get a full course yellow this time. So whatever happens, however they're caught up, that'll be it. And they'll be back to pit lane to get repaired and back on their way once again. But yeah, interesting. Takagi, I think he's won a race. I'm not sure if he was on pole the other one, but certainly starting near the front again. And yeah, some guys that could do some good points. UGE Day, Susie Wolf, Fook Me definitely could. After some pretty bad races. But we are underway then at Charlotte for 40 laps of this oval. Tora Takagi makes a good start. Two teammates, or ancillary teammates, as you say, Tyler Anker and Mike Conway getting alongside each other. And it looks like they're all fairly well behaved as they come around the banking for the first time then.
Looks like a possible 3 wide there near the back. Flavio is right in the middle of the action.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
they're going
3
wide
for the lead. Mike Conway is going for a move.
Conway sweeps through on the inside. Tyler Ankrum, Susie Wolf follows him through up to P3 now and challenging for the lead, swarming all over the back of Mike Conway.
That's a green flag racing lap.
They do exist. And yeah, there's some gaps starting to develop with that front pack and that second pack already then. Second pack swarming all over the place. Bad starts from Richard Attenborough, good starts from Katayama. Michael Scott's lost 9 places down to the back of the pack. Tora Takagi is back to 10th after starting on pole. And it's Yuji Ide now that will hit the front then. And that's Fook Me coming through with Bongo Cat. They're all shuffling through.
That's 3 wide, and it's looking a little shaky in that middle lane there.
Well, there's 2 packs, all 3 wide. Was that a little incident further back? Someone got it out of shape. They've had 3 racing laps, Fox. I've never seen such a thing in an oval.
This is insane, just the amount of cars, the amount of lanes,
well,
just the amount of colors.
They've all formed back up now. So now is the danger zone for these guys. Now that they're all back in that pack. It's Bongo Cat that's now hit the front from Karen Horner. Then it's Keegan Spark looking to make a move on the inside. Jeff Goldblum has found his way in that middle row into the top 5 or 6 as well. And they're all jostling for position. Oh, there's the incident at the back of the field. It's a light one. It's Lando Calrissian that's put Catherine Payne into a wall then.
Such a shame. American driver on an American track. Yeah, such a shame for her and her home race.
Oh, Lando.
Lando got into, I think, Michael Scott.
Lando is making his way back as an email notification came up there.
Got an order confirmation.
Can you stop doing that, please? Right, we're back online.
Shout out to Outlook.
Cheers, Outlook. Yeah, so a small incident. Lando Calrissian making contact with Catherine Payne, as you say, after making a little bit of contact on the inside. So that's those 2 back in pit lane. But remarkably, the rest of the group are still together. I don't know where this has come from.
Yeah, I don't know. The way that iRacing Super Speedway went, maybe all these people are well behaved. They have enough concussions for the season already.
Maybe it's 5th time lucky for the ovals. Or 4th time lucky.
Fantastic racing.
It is. I mean, let's just go into the heart of that pack. So we're on board with UJ Day then. That's FUCME ahead. It's Bongo up, Cat up front with Louis Spence and Richard Attenborough. Let's go towards the back of this pack. Where's our championship leader? Flavio Briatore. He's right in the thick of it with 8. Heinz Harold Hill, Matt Neal, Rengo van der Zandt and Mike Conway on the outside.
Yeah, Mike Conway was in the lead a few laps ago. He's completely dropped off.
Well, they're all shuffling through all over the place, but they're all behaving themselves remarkably well here. I really am surprised. And are we going to have to recalculate for a completely different type of oval than we've ever seen before in the Fantasy League? Because...
Well, just wait for the pit stops.
Well, absolutely. But if they can race like this, then... Yeah, pit stops are going to be an issue, for sure, as they try and sort themselves out to get down onto that lower lane to make the stop. But if they all come back out in groups, then it's just a completely different dynamic to the race. Because before, we saw the big one happen around the ovals, and then we sort of knew who was in contention for the victory. But if this kind of thing happens...
goes to the outside lane. Maybe he's getting a push there from Alan Carr. Is that Alan Carr or Louis Spence?
So Catherine Payne is back out just ahead of him and going slowly. She's going to be eaten up by this pack that's hunting her.
Oh, jeez. This could cause some big issues depending on which lane she gets caught up in.
Yeah, absolutely. So they're going to have to be careful, those guys. But yeah, you're right. It's Bongo Cat, Castellon, FUCME. Alan Carr's back to 8th, then Louis Spence back to 12th. So they are just shuffling incredibly quickly here. And we had an instant further back because there's some cars that dropped off the back there. Yep, we have. It's Susie Wolf, unfortunately. Rengo van der Zandt, and I think that's Yuji Ide.
Was that Flavio?
Don't know. We're about to find out then. It's Bongo Cat on, Pepe on the left.
Yeah, Flavio's out.
Well, no, he's carried on, thankfully. Heinz Harold Hill has been caught up, as has FUCME.
She's screaming her own name once again.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, Flavio. Very bent front right. He's just coming back out of the pits then. So they're starting to happen just a lot later than normal.
And always towards the back, surprisingly.
Yeah, it's interesting. Maybe that's why we've not seen the big one yet. It's because it's always been towards the back. You might be right. Susie Wolf's back out, as is Flavio Briatore now. And who is the last? Because it's Mike Conway that's just trying to catch up.
Yeah, they've lost the draft, so they're pretty much in no man's land, and they're going to hope for I was about to say a caution, but there's no cautions. As Samuel L. Jackson jumps to the outside lane here, hopefully to get past Fernando Alonso, who's really started from the back here.
Yeah, he's picked his way through really well, hasn't he? And could be rescuing what would otherwise be a very bad day for El Clasico. Bongo Cat's been in the lead in that inside lane for a good few laps now. So, but Sheldon Creed
Sheldon Creed out to the outside.
Not content to sit there, and he's gone too wide, allowing the middle lane to make progress now with Fernando Alonso, and that's Matt Neal, who desperately needs some points just behind as well.
Michael Scott's finally showing off some potential here. Up into the top 2.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been patient, hasn't he? He was right near the back at one stage. Up 24 from his starting position then.
There's going to be quite a few people in contention for the Jesse Pinkman Award on this race.
There is indeed. We will have an update on that after this race, so stick about for that. At the halfway stage, we'll see who's in contention. Some very interesting things in that table at the moment, but this could change everything with the changes of position we're seeing in that top 10 on their own. Bongo Cat just, unlike... This could bring in fuel issues, couldn't it, for Bongo Cat?
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. He's been running out front for a lot of laps here. And yeah, he's not saving any fuel at all. As Johnny Schumacher goes to the middle lane here, trying to get a run on Bongo Cat.
Yeah, they're all cycling through, apart from Bongo Cat. Nobody wants to take the front off him, because they know what going an extra lap or two could mean. We're on lap 14 at the moment, so we're at the quarter distance phase.
That bottom line is just has so much momentum that they're instantly getting that push and clearing
Oh.
those. Oh, there's a big crash. Is that who's that? Pepe.
It's Pepe.
Still getting used to the liveries.
So that's Alan Carr to the left of him.
Louis Spence. I think Keegan Spark might have gotten into Louis Spence, which got into Pepe. But it looks like everyone else kind of carried on.
Yeah, Fukyu, unfortunately, Hardy's cars are having no luck. No luck at all this season.
Yeah,
And
very
both of them
unfortunate.
have been caught up.
We still have an impressive pack here, though. And we're 16 laps in. We're almost a third of the way through.
Yeah, absolutely. As you say, it's pit stops that you got to worry about with this pack of this size.
And guess who's up into the top 2? 8. 8 is involved in the crash. No.
Don't preface it. He's your driver this time around.
Oh, look, Bongo Cat just jumped up and blocked 8. He actually moved up into the middle lane, but he's back down already into the bottom lane.
Well, good strategy.
Very interesting, yeah.
A good strategy or not, that's it. He clearly wants to hold on to that lead no matter what he can do. Someone probably should show him a few old IndyCar races. You don't start defending like that until the last couple of laps.
Indeed, and maybe this is just a lack of experience from Rage. He's saying, just stay in the lead. Keep on keeping the lead. You wanna win every lap, and has no consideration for fuel or tire wear or anything. So I don't know. Maybe this is just an experience on Rage's part.
It wouldn't surprise me. His drivers have made equally strange strategy calls in the past. So,
That's Tori or Taki Inoue going for the outside, or is that?
it is the outside. It is Taki Inoue, and it doesn't work really, the outside line on these ovals with the AI. It's the second line that, if they can find their way, that normally make it. It's Aiton, Fernando Alonso, and Liam in that at the moment. Kyle Busch still in this lead pack as well, then.
So whenever it comes to
that's Pepe coming back.
Bongo Cat goes to the middle lane.
Yeah, because he was avoiding Pepe. He's come back out straight into the path of Samuel Jackson. And he's going to merge with the middle of that pack, Pepe.
Said, good luck, everyone else, and just jumped in there.
He did, and now he's going back to the inside.
He's going down the pit lane.
He's had enough of that. But what that has done has finally allowed Bongo Cat to relinquish the lead then. It's Karen Horner that's come through on the inside now then.
Yeah, so as I was saying right before that incident happened, is the problem with we're having right now is the inside line has the shortest way around this track, and they're together and have the momentum. So they're having the advantage here, which is why it's so hard for that top lane to get momentum. And on a track like this, it's not like you have to lift off to stay at the bottom. It's pretty much a flat-out course.
So yeah, it's not working for them. I guess what they're relying on is the two inside lines maybe jostling a little bit, having to back off for some reason or the other, and then they can find their way through. But it's not looking like that at the moment, and 8 is moving backwards through that field. Who have we got coming through on that inside lane then? So we've got Cecil, we've got Tora Takagi from his pole position, has made a bit of recovery after the bad start. Samuel Jackson, Keegan Spark, Han Solo, and Jeff Goldblum on that inside line. That's a list of the Fantasy League glitterati right there.
Yeah. I was about to ask what happened to Pepe, and then I remembered he pitted immediately.
He did, he's coming back out. So that lead group goes back to Johnny Schumacher. And then we've got, so Louis Spence is in a little group with that's Fukyu, who's come back out of the pits a lap down. Richard Attenborough's on the main lap. David Attenborough, Catty Armour, Tyler Ankrum, a little way off the front. And then Alan Carr, Mike Conway, Susie Wolf, Fukyu is the first one a lap down then. So that's where we stand as we approach lap 23. And might be a one-stop race here, I don't know. If they pit in the next 5 or 6, it'll be a 2, and it'll be some interesting strategies with fuel. If we go past lap 30, then it's only the one stop we're going to see. But that might be enough for this pack to split things up and decide the race.
Yeah, I think this, as Lando Calrissian comes in for another pit stop, I think this is going to really spice up whenever these drivers are going to have to make the pit lane. Because they're either all going to come at once, or they're going to have to, let off the gas and break up a lane just to find their way to the inside here. Because they've been stuck in this pack for the whole race.
Yeah, absolutely. And some of those guys, like Bongo Cat, that will probably need to pit earlier than everyone else. He doesn't want to be on that second row. He wants to be on the inside lane.
Yeah, so be on the lookout for that middle lane just to completely lose momentum as he runs out of fuel.
We got some other cars coming back out pit lane then. David Attenborough, Tyler Ankrum just about avoids that group. David Attenborough might come right back out in Richard Attenborough. No, it is David Attenborough. He comes out right in front of the pack.
Right in front, and he's going to try to keep his lap.
He is.
Completely lose that momentum.
That's back Karen Horner straight up though, and Bongo Cat now is in the lead, but the car he's racing alongside him is not for position, so this is an interesting strategy for Bongo Cat to call this one.
And David Attenborough is going to have a heavier car due to the fuel, so he's going to be a little bit slower than these cars behind, but it looks like it's not really hindering him at all.
No, interestingly enough, Richard Attenborough just pitted on lap 25, so, and he's obviously had a few laps without the slipstream, so we should expect the stops in the next lap or two, I would imagine.
Bongo Cat hasn't had any slipstream this whole race. There's a huge crash. I think Bongo Cat might be out of fuel. It's completely off the pace.
I think you're right, it might be, and you had to say it, didn't you, earlier on?
8 is involved.
He is now. Yeah, Bongo Cat just checks up all of a sudden onto the outside lane. Oh, there was already an accident happening behind.
Enrique Lara. What happened to Enrique Lara? Was it just like a Constantino effect?
We're about to find out, Fox. So Jinx up. Oh, and it was someone trying to get out the... Don't tell me. It's Jeff Goldblum again.
Goldblum.
It's Goldblum.
That was not Jeff Goldblum's fault. That was all...
Oh my goodness.
Bongo Cat.
So we're not going to find out how much fuel he... Well, what did happen to him, actually, to be fair? He's got into the pit lane, along with Fernando Alonso, Jeff Goldblum, Taki Inoue then. So I think you're right. I think he just checks up because he ran out of fuel. Or he realised he wasn't going to find a path to the inside, and that was his way of... as Takagi now pits. And
yeah, a lot of people are pitting now. So we're going to see a lot of people spreading out.
So there goes Bongo Cat, Flavio Briatore, a lap down, Jeff Goldblum.
Lap down, yep.
And then, yeah, coming in. So it's Takagi, Bush, Pinkman, Scott, and Neil. And staying out, Samuel Jackson, Horner, Solo, Spark, Cecil, Schumacher, and Bridesmaid. So we'll see if they can get to the end. They're still having their own battle. So Johnny Schumacher dives off that front group as well then. But these guys are carrying on.
As well. So there's 5 cars that are still yet to pit. So if they go a few more laps, they could possibly make it to the end here.
There's all sorts happening ahead. I'm not sure who it is though. Everyone's on a different lap. This is not helping. It's all gone Pete Tom. I don't know what's happening, Fox.
Yeah, there's multiple groups here, but yeah, we're gonna stay on board as all the lead car laps except for Karen Horner, I think, go in. Has Karen Horner? No, Karen Horner's out of fuel, I think. I think she was trying to get over. And yeah, I think she's coming to a stop here.
She's on that inside lane. She's struggling. She's grabbing.
Trying to nurse it around for this last lap here to get it into the pits. Can she do it?
Don't know. There's that mob. I've spotted a car in it, so I can get on board with it now. Here's the mob. I've no idea what lap anybody's on, but at the front of this, Tora Takagi, who made the early stop then. Johnny Schumacher has just come out and up to speed directly ahead of him. There's Keegan Spark and Han Solo coming back out. So where's Karen Horner's made it to pit lane. Samuel Jackson and Cecil coming out just in front of that group then. So that's who they were battling. They should catch back up, but they have shuffled themselves to the front then. So it would be Samuel Jackson and Cecil that are going to be leading this race after the first stops then.
Absolutely, and Karen Horner is going to be a lap down here, I think. Her slow stop is not helping.
No, absolutely. She's already dropped to 19th and is not back out of the pits yet, so yeah, quite right. So there's a bit of traffic for Samuel Jackson there. That's one of Tom Bryant's cars.
How many laps down is 8? Is 8 on the lead lap?
No, 8 is 2 laps down currently.
Oh, okay.
So he's just making a nuisance of himself in there. And holding up Johnny
Gotcha.
Schumacher, who was right up there at the front. So there's a mixture here, yeah, you're right. So Samuel Jackson, Toru Takagi, Cecil, Louis Spence, Matt Neal, Jesse Pinkman, Johnny Schumacher, Michael Scott, Richard Attenborough, Kyle Busch and Fernando Alonso. So the top 11 are in this front group. Then, 2 seconds further back, we've got the second group. So we've got Keegan Spark, Han Solo, Liam Bridesmaid, Taki Inoue, Katayama, Sheldon Creed and David Attenborough. Then, a little way back, Alan Carr, Mike Conway, Tyler Ankrum, Fook Yu, Bongo Cat, Karen Horner, and then we've got the rest that are multiple laps down them.
Okay. So Karen Horner's the last car in the lead lap?
Jeff
one lap
Goldblum is and Susie Wolf are also on the lead lap, but they're another 10 and 28 seconds further back.
Gotcha. Okay. This pack is still alive and well. Obviously, there's a couple lap cars mixed in, but I'm sure they're not minding the draft to hopefully bring them up and past other cars that are lapped down, or past cars that are on the lead lap that are going to be lapped by this big pack. I mean, draft is hugely important for a race like this, as Susie Wolf is just ahead of this pack.
Yeah, 16 cars in this lead group and only 11 are on the lead lap, so yeah, there's 5 rogues in here somewhere.
Yeah, and one thing you got to watch out for is rogues have nothing to lose.
They do not, and everything to gain by the big one.
Exactly, and who's that in the lead? Which one of Tom Bryant's cars? Because
that is Van der Zande.
Van der Zande. How many laps down is he?
Just the one.
Just the one. Okay.
So about to go
2 laps down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we got contact further back. That's Taki Inoue, Keegan Spark, and Johnny Schumacher.
Disaster for some of our lead runners.
There goes Taki Inoue back on to
Han Solo involved as well. He's dropping down the order.
We're going to have a look. Let's take a look, because this was... oh, it's already happened. Oh, that's back to the beginning of the race. That's not good. Oh, it's already happened again. So it's Catherine Payne, moves to the outside, takes out Schumacher.
I think Catherine Payne might be out of fuel.
I think she might be. Then Keegan Spark and Han Solo.
Han Solo.
Oh, they just had nowhere to go, did they? In this second group, then. Thought maybe that was their chance to catch back up as slowly Johnny Schumacher drifts back across.
Yeah, such a shame.
Let's jump back on live. There's a few that drops off. Oh, they're the ones that got called up, aren't they?
Yep. So we got Toru Takagi, Louis Spence, Samuel Jackson, Matt Neal, and Kyle Busch, Jesse Pinkman, Cecil, and those are the only cars in lead lap in this big group, and then Michael Scott's in the next group.
Yep, so those 3 had to avoid the accident. They've carried on without issue. Michael Scott, Fernando Alonso, and Richard Attenborough. And there's another little group of Bridesmaid, Katayama, and Sheldon Creed a little further back there.
So with Flavio and Han Solo pretty much taken out of this race, the next car up is Tyler Ankrum. And I believe he's already been caught up. Now he's in 14th right now, so he's got a lot to gain here if he can keep on the lead lap and maybe make up a few more positions.
Yeah, I mean, Fernando Alonso's 10th, so he's scoring decent points at the moment to not make it as big a hit. Flavio's made his way back up to P24, so he's not completely out of the points.
He's like ever the I don't know, like ever the mosquito, just constantly still there somehow. He seemingly makes his way back into contention for things.
That was an interesting word. Do Thesaurus Corner for me. The dictionary corner. What does that mean?
What?
Whatever the word you said was.
I said mosquito, like a mosquito.
Oh, do you say? I thought you said
so, like, yeah, as in, like, no matter how many times you think you smack the mosquito, they're still there.
Back. Yeah.
So.
I thought you said something else.
I did not. I'll be very curious what you thought I said.
Sounded like Mysterio as in the wrestler, but I wasn't sure.
Just like Rey Mysterio coming down for up the ladder and the cage.
Here's Stone Cold. Oh, why has no one done any wrestlers? Oh, great. There's your ideas for season 3, people. I want to see some WWE wrestlers.
I only know like Kane and that's it. Anyways.
Oh, there's so many options. Anyway, they're all battling up here. So Johnny Schumacher has come back out the pits after his accident and has immediately decided he does not want to go an extra lap down. He's already 2. Oh, there's... I was going to come straight back out. That's Tyler Ankrum. Yep. So now
our
P22.
Yeah, I was going to say our potential championship leader after this, but I think Flavio's made up enough ground to not lose that yet. We'll see. Still a long way to go. We're 2/3 of the way through this race, as that was a little bit dicey there with Kyle Busch and Johnny Schumacher, as Louis Spence goes in for his pit stop.
Yep, Louis Spence a lap down. So no, he's not. So that is it's a very early stop. There's Fernando Alonso and Richard Attenborough following him in. So are we going to see a bit of a difference now that there's been the smaller pack? That they're not going to... Because I was about to bring up the subjects of the strategy. Because a lot of cars stopped almost exactly halfway through the race. Some before, some just after. But if they're going to be stopping that little bit earlier, then it brings up a very different question. Although that's still only 10 laps after the last stops. Or 10 or 15. So they still might struggle to get to the end from there.
Yeah, indeed. And I think a couple of the cars that got caught up early on that are lap down might... I mean, they stopped earlier and they probably filled up on fuel and repaired damage or whatever, which means that they might have gone that little bit extra longer, then they might not have to stop again. So we'll have to see how it all plays out. But they might make up a lap here or there. Is that Tori Takagi going in?
It is,
yes.
Yep. So we are, I think, definitely going to see some much earlier stops this time around, but it's still going to bring the strategy into cool, as Michael Scott follows as well, because they will struggle to get to the end if they've only done around 15 laps since the last stop. So it's going to be very close once again around Charlotte.
Yeah, it's always very interesting how they seem to manage their fuel for the first half of the race, and then there's just multiple pit stops in the second half. Maybe there's just not enough draft. Maybe as Matt Neal pulls off, he's on the lead lap. So he's hoping for a good result.
So that's Matt Neal coming in. So left in that lead group, Samuel Jackson, Kyle Busch, Jesse Pinkman and Cecil. Kyle Busch and Jesse Pinkman stopped on lap 29, Samuel Jackson and Cecil on 31. So expect those two to be able to go a little bit longer if they've been okay with the fuel. It's probably at exactly the right time as we look at the group of cars up front. He's shuffling.
He's trying to get down, but Cecil's in the way.
Oh, he's missed the pit lane. Samuel L. Jackson. No.
So he's just hoping not to be collected here. He's going to pull off, and he's going to ride the apron here. Yep. Doing the fuel shuffle. Patent fuel shuffle.
So yeah, you spotted it, didn't you? He couldn't get down because Cecil was in... Well, arguably he could have got down, but...
yeah.
He decided not to.
We need to hire someone to come up with like a fuel shuffle song. As Kyle Busch does the fuel shuffle, as he's coming up... maybe he's not. He looked like he was getting ready to do the fuel shuffle. Yeah, he's sledding off right now.
Kyle
Busch
trying
to find his way down to the bottom.
Again, yeah, he couldn't. It was Sheldon Creed that dived in. And, yeah, Kyle Busch couldn't find his way in either. This could bring a whole different group of people in. That's 22. That's Jesse Pinkman's out of fuel as well.
This is a fight for the fuel shuffle.
Well, this is going to be a completely different order once we get to the end of these second stops then. Because that's 4 of the top. Jesse Pinkman's not even going to make it.
Oh, he's not going to make it. What a fantastic race from him. Just ruined by slightly wrong fuel calculation here.
He just couldn't.
Kyle Busch makes it.
Kyle Busch does, but that's going to lose him a huge amount of time. So that leaves Liam out at the moment without a stop. Kyle Busch is second, but obviously has lost a lot. Oh, Karen Horner.
Karen Horner
third. He's now second.
Yeah, that's interesting because she was almost a lap down.
Ooh.
Oh, who's in that?
Oh,
that's Heinz Harold Hill. Oh, that's Ranger Van de Zanda. Oh, that's Sheldon Creed. Is that one of the leaders?
That's Matt Neal.
Matt Neal. Oh my goodness,
they're playing ping pong out there with Louis Spence.
My goodness.
So it's Jesse Pinkman just ahead, and then that's Heinz Harold Hill that's just been launched. Then he launches the Van der Zande.
That's 2 of the leaders that have been.
And Matt Neal gets launched again.
That is such a shame. He was on for a podium today. Oh, did they all make it out? Holy crap! This completely changes it in the last few laps here.
It does. It does. There goes Matt Neal. I don't think anyone else.
Looks like
got
Tyler
caught up.
Ankrum made it by, though. So maybe he's in contention for a top 10.
Liam shuffling. Liam had stayed out. He's struggling to get back here, and here comes the lead group, which is now Cecil, Fernando Alonso.
I think Liam Bridesmaid's in the lead.
I think you're right. He came out. I was watching the wrong exits to entry. Yeah, no, you're right. So Liam Bridesmaid is now in the lead.
Fernando Alonso's second. Holy crap. Continue, sorry.
No, it's fine. Between the two of us, we should be able to work out what's going on, hopefully. Tora Takagi, Michael Scott, and Cecil are that group hunting down Liam then. And it's Tyler Ankrum, who, after that crash, has now found his way back up to P6. David Attenborough, Sheldon Creed, Alan Carr, Book U is now back up to 11, Bongo Cat 12, then it's Karen Horner, Jeff Goldblum, and then Kyle
Flavio's
Busch.
locked down.
So that's how much Kyle Busch lost.
Yeah, it's such a shame. And of course, Jesse Pinkman also lost a lot there. Got taken out. I think he was in the infield and someone probably was coming to pit and collected him. But yeah, what a masterstroke from Liam Bridesmaid.
Well, I'm confused because Jesse Pinkman we saw completely stop when he ran out of fuel.
I think someone did the patented "I'm going to dodge you in the grass by ramming you in the grass." So we might have to review that after the race, but we'll stay on board here with Liam Bridesmaid and the following pack as well. See how this thing finishes.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so lap 50 for Liam. I'd say he's fine to the end, potentially. Fernando, can you do a little stat check for me? Can you see who won Charlotte last year? Because I've got a funny feeling that it was a masterclass in pit strategy from Liam. I might be wrong in that, but I think Liam won here last year, and I think by doing the same thing.
He did. He won last year. You're completely right.
So he is a Charlotte specialist, Liam. Fernando Alonso was the car that pitted late on, wasn't he? When he was leading. Because I remember you shouting, Fernando Alonso's pitting.
Perhaps, yeah.
Liam, whoa,
wait,
Liam!
Liam has completely lost it. We thought the race was over. He lost a wheel.
Who's he collects? He was stuck up behind 8. And it was
Attenborough. He took out his own team owner.
It's Richard Attenborough's just, for no apparent reason, has just taken out Liam.
The leader. He just, what tragedy. This is so sad. We were just complimenting the Charlotte expert. He did everything right.
Ooh.
And he's been taken out by his brother. Oh, Bongo Cat might be taken out too.
Was that who it was? I couldn't see.
I can't see Bongo Cat, I think. Eight's in the pits. I don't know.
I can't find him.
Bongo's in 10th. I think he made it by.
Someone there was rear wings going everywhere, so someone's got caught out. David Attenborough's got no front wing. So maybe it was David Attenborough. We're not live. We probably should be live.
Yeah,
right, well, this is your league. Oh, the commentator's curse. What have I done, Fox? Hardy will not be happy.
Liam won't be happy, and he's not even owned by himself.
Well, it's not him, is it, really? So maybe he will be. So that leaves... You were counting out El Clasico just a couple of laps ago. Fernando Alonso now leads. From Michael Scott, Tora Takagi, Cecil, and Tyler Ankrum is fifth. Like he was slowing there, but...
Tyler Ankrum might actually get the lead of the Drivers' Championship today.
Oh, Kyle.
Not exactly sure that's gonna... Oh, did Kyle Busch have to pit again?
He's either coming in or out.
Yeah, he had to pit again, so there might be a few more pitters.
Well, I think they're definitely going to have to pit this front group. Cecil, the least likely, pitting on lap 47, and he's been tucked up behind Michael Scott and Fernando Alonso for most of this stint. Fernando Alonso pitted lap 43, and then Michael Scott and Takagi lap 45. Tyler Ankrum pitted on lap 41, so definitely got to pit again.
Cecil's going to have to make sure to dodge this incident here because they're going to struggle to get on pit lane.
Well, hopefully he should be the last one in, so he should...
Well, I think Cecil can make it to the end here, but this is the last lap to pit. So I don't think they're coming in.
We're on lap 59. I thought we were on 49. Goodness me. Okay.
This is the white flag here.
I completely missed that. Okay, no, they're all fine then. They're all fine. In which case, crikey, thank you for reminding me, Fox. So this is the battle for the win around Charlotte. We have 1.5 laps to go. Fernando Alonso ahead of Michael Scott and Takagi. Takagi with a race win already this year. Cecil with a runner-up in a championship. Fernando Alonso and Michael Scott, this would be massive wins for them. Heinz Harold Hill is in the way and hopefully won't get involved. But they're on to the final lap then. Still Alonso. Takagi is trying to make up a move. He's got nobody to work with, though. That's the problem. So we'll stay on board with Cecil as Takagi tries to get up alongside Fernando Alonso, but he's not going to find a way to do it, I don't think. It's going to be Fernando Alonso at the Charlotte Oval that takes victory from Tora Takagi, Michael Scott, and Cecil the Lion then. Tyler Ankrum will come across the line in fifth. There's Katayama in P6, Sheldon Creed P7, Bongo Cat somehow recovers to P8. Alan Carr is 9th, 10th is Fukyu. Jeff Goldblum again recovers to 11th. Karen Horner's 12th, Mike Conway 13, Taki Inoue 14. And it's Susie Wolf, David Attenborough, Lando Calrissian. Championship leader, he might still be. 18th is a great recovery from Flavio Briatore, that.
It is.
Kyle Busch.
Yep. The mosquito.
Samuel Jackson. Mysterio. Enrique Lara. Jesse Pinkman. What could have been for him today? He was racing really, really well. And then it all went wrong, as it did for so many. Louis Spence. Fukmi. Liam Bridesmaid. Matt Neal. UJ Ide. 8. Han Solo. Catherine Payne. Pepe. Van der Zande. Johnny Schumacher. Keegan Spark. Heinz Harold Hill. And Richard Attenborough finishes 6 laps down. Well, that wasn't my finest commentary, Fox. We're recording in the evening for a change, and it was chaos. And it was chaos that went far too quickly. I feel like that needs to be a longer race, that one.
Yeah, it was a very quick race, but plenty of action, and that drama in the last couple laps for Liam Bridesmaid, you got to feel for the Charlotte expert. Not his fault at all. And yeah, actually one of his team cars, the cars that he owns, took him out of the race, so he might have to have some words with his drivers.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think he'll mind because Liam isn't actually Liam's driver, so I don't know why he'd be encouraging.
You mean to tell me that these aren't the actual people driving these cars, Jay?
Oh, shit, I've broken the fourth wall again.
Is this a lie? You broke... Or wait, the third wall.
Third wall, you mean? Yeah. I remember just after I said it. No, I mean, if you were Liam, you wouldn't want yourself to win without you benefiting, right? So maybe team orders there. Maybe he did talk to his drivers, and that was the result.
Take me out. I'm gonna win this thing. Take me out.
Absolute chaos. I'm sorry we maybe didn't follow it as well as we could. The ovals are always chaos anyway. But say that was a bit more chaotic than normal.
It's usually like just a couple. It's like one lead pack, and then everything else is just kind of like 1 or 2 cars. But there's like multiple packs, and it was all over the place, and there's incidents everywhere. And yeah, it's very hard to keep up with. Do you want to reverse back to Jesse Pinkman and see how he got collected there? That kind of really shook up the top 10.
Yeah, absolutely. We can have a quick look at that then. So this is what I was confused about, because he was doing the shuffle. And he clearly ran out of fuel, because we saw him stop a little way down here.
Yep.
And somehow he ended up on the racing line. That's what we're looking for here.
I think someone has to come up and collect him.
I presume so. He's doing the PewDiePie shuffle from the teaser races.
I completely forgot.
He's found some fuel.
Found a gear. He found a gear.
Maybe it's a gearbox issue.
Never seen that before. He got the thing restarted and then goes immediately onto the racing line.
Oh no. Okay, I don't feel so sorry for him now, considering he has caused one of the biggest pile-ups we've ever seen.
So looking down the driver's orders, we got Flavio Briatore still in the lead. What a recovery from him, starting from the back, and did get caught up early on, but he managed to make up a few positions. And we got Tyler Ankrum shooting up to second. He was 5th in this race. We've got Han Solo got caught up there, falling down to 3rd. And Fernando Alonso goes flying up into the top 5. Then we got Toru Takagi, Sheldon Creed, Yuji Ide, Karen Horner, Michael Scott with a fantastic 2nd place, getting him into the top 10. And we got Ukyo Katayama rounding out the top 10. So yeah, it's Kyle Busch has fallen just outside the top 10, but he is the last car that could get the lead of the championship through one race. There's a 91-point swing this season, so it's first down to 11th for the point swing for championship lead, and we'll see if that gets closer or more far apart as the season gets on.
Yeah, I mean, the gap's down to 11 points, so it's closing at the top, but yeah, it's that recovery drive from Flavio, wasn't it? And Fernando Alonso with that win puts him right back into contention with both the cars. 3 of Dan's in the top 4. Some good drivers up there for Tom and for is it Apple Monoxide?
Yep, Apple
3
Monoxide,
cars in
Danger
the top
Car.
10.
Yeah, it's looking very good for them, and Michael Scott is seemingly bringing home the points for Kagan.
And Kagan's got 2 in the top 10. The ones we're not seeing in the top 10, any of Rage's cars, any of Hardy's, unfortunately. I'm not so worried about Rage's. After we walked away with 90% of the prize money last year, I'm happy not to see them up there so far. And none of Liam's, unfortunately, either in that top 10.
Moving on to the team standings, we got El Clasico Racing up at the top still, with that fantastic win and recovery from Flavio Briatore and the win from Fernando Alonso. And then we got Tom Bryant with HWT Motorsport in 2nd still, 39 points back. Then it's a big gap down to UJ8A Super License Warriors with a 109-point gap. And Falcon Racing Team took a little bit of a dive today, but hopefully they can recover in the second half of the season here. Then we got Danger Cars by Take Inoue, Pepsi Haters, Memes to the Moon, one of Rage's teams. So while his drivers aren't in the top 10, they're still bringing home good points. We got Fox's Wet Dreams, Team Principals, and Team RV rounding out the top 10. So, and this is not a 198-point swing. It's now down to like 180s or something. Maybe 170-point swing for this. So down to 7th could see a point swing to the lead for the team's championship.
Yes, it's a big gap up the top. I mean, theoretically, we're halfway through now, so the whole of the top 18, or all 18 teams, could reverse on their head, theoretically. But it's unlikely. But yeah, it's been a brilliant first half of the season for El Clasico and HWT. They're head and shoulders above the rest. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. There's some really good teams and some good cars in the lower end of that top 10 that could make some comebacks as well. But once again, it is a wide open championship in both the drivers and the teams, isn't it? At the halfway point, and we know from experience from last year, this is the second time we're running through this, that it can all change. So don't worry if your team's not doing well at the halfway mark. There's 5 more action-packed races to come to change that. And finally, we're going to take a look at the Jesse Pinkman Award for the first time, I believe, Fox.
Yeah, so going down that list, we have Kyle Busch in the lead with 69 positions gained across the season. We've got Sheldon Creed and Flavio Briatore, even though felt like he's always at front. I guess he's really had to battle his way through the field some of these races. Then we got Enrique Lara, Lando Calrissian, Yukio Katayama, Fernando Alonso, Karen Horner, Catherine Payne, and Tyler Ankrum rounds out the top 10. So yeah, it's been quite interesting. So Kyle Busch with 69 is the most, and then Fook Me is negative 62 with the least positions gained on the season.
Yeah, who are the bottom 5 losers at the moment?
Bottom 5 losers.
One of them's quite ironic.
Well, yeah. The top of the losers right now is Jesse Pinkman in 32nd place, and then we got Richard Attenborough, Heinz Harold Hill, and Toru Takagi and Fook Me in the bottom of this championship. So yeah, very ironic for Jesse Pinkman here to not be winning his own award, but I feel like he's really solved that qualifying woes from season 1, but unfortunately he's not solved the crashing woes.
No, he's not. And interesting one for me there is Toru Takagi, considering where he is in the championship. Suggests if he'd had better races, or not dropped so many positions, he'd be dominating this at the moment.
Yeah, that is extremely interesting. You're right.
The only time he gained a position, he won the race. But yeah, an interesting, the same at the top. Kyle Busch has made up a huge amount of places. Every race, Charlotte was the first one that he's lost out. And is there anybody that keeps that rule at the moment in terms of gaining positions every race? I'm drawing this out as I'm scanning down, and I don't think there is. So nobody has managed to gain positions on every single race. So it shows you how unpredictable this league is, and qualifying means literally nothing. So thank you everybody for joining. Thank you Fox for joining me. It's been a great first half of the season. We got 5 to go. We got Daytona Road up next. Then the Red Bull Ring, Donington. The Indy Oval is our third and final oval, and the season close is at Road America once again. So do join us next time out around the Daytona Road Course, another track making its debut on the Foxworth Autosport calendar, and to see if anybody can stop El Clasico and Flavio Briatore next time out. Thank you very much for watching, everybody, and we'll catch you again next time.